Hello everyone, and thanks for joining me for my quick trip report into Rev Pro's Summer Sizzler event from this last August. Now this was an event I wasn't originally going to go to because I had quite a crammed August of wrestling event, but then with the announcement of MJF appearing in such a small intimate venue I had to try and grab a ticket, and I luckily got the last ringside one. Now I would usually get the train to London, but it was really expensive that weekend, and I could drive in, but I'm quite scared of it driving around London as well, so I plumped for the next best thing, which was the National Express coach. So I got to the coach station about half an hour beforehand, which they tell you to do, and shortly after that a coach pulled up and it's like, oh great, all on time, but ended up that was the previous coach, so this is setting a bad omen for the trip. So our coach then came in a few minutes later and was all getting ready to set off on time, which is great. But people were told, oh, if you want to get in that other coach, we do have some spare seats, and you'll get into London quicker because we've not got as many stops. But that ended up being a bit wrong because our coach, even though it left later, we overtook it on the way to London. I had no idea we managed to overtake it, and we got to Victoria Coach Station much earlier than the earlier bus. So I do feel sorry for people who got in that earlier coach. And I have to give a big thank you out to some YouTube channels I follow, which are Planes, Trains, Everything, Steve March, and Let's Make a Trip, as they have recommended for National Express to reserve seat 2A. And the big thing about that is you get unlimited leg room. So look at that. So yeah, thanks guys for that. That's a tip I always remember in the future if I go by coach. So the trip in general was great. There was no delays and it was very comfortable. But when we got into London Victoria and got off that air-conditioned coach, it was so hot. So Summer Sizzler was a perfect title for this event. I wanted to stretch out my legs a bit after being in the coach for about 3 hours, so I walked from Victoria Coach Station to Covent Garden. And on the way, we did a little detour to Buckingham Palace to check on King Charles, see if he was going to the event. I mean, after all, it was always reported in the news that the Queen and the Queen Mother are apparently big wrestling fans and always watching a lot of sport. I think that ended up being debunked, but it's a nice fun story anyway. Also, while on the walk, I got to try out some things on my camera. So I got to try out doing a hyperlapse for the first time. I think it went quite well, and it's good practice for when I go on my future trips. So I arrived at Covent Garden, then I popped into Bodean's for some barbecue food, and looking on their website, they had listed a special £15 tray, which came with a drink. I thought that's going to be absolutely perfect to set me up for the day. And then I was off to Holborn to then grab the tube and go to Bethnal Green. Now, in doing my research for the trip, I had learned that there'd been a lot of complaints previously about York Hall security guards. So York Hall is home of the big British boxing events, and boxing events crowds, there seem to be a lot of trouble a lot of the time, and security treat wrestling fans and boxing fans the same, where I think the wrestling fans are probably much more calmer. But they go through, and it's been complaints in the past to Rev Pro bosses about how strict the security is. So I had been going out for a day trip, had quite a lot of stuff in my bag, little bags of sun lotion, things like that as well. So I wanted to make sure my bag was safe. So I'd found this app called Radical Storage because I was looking for storage lockers, maybe in the London area. And it ended up just around the corner from the venue. There was a 24-hour taxi office who supported the app. So you just booked for a couple of quid for a few hours to drop off my bag. Went in there, guys were really friendly. The bag was safe in the back room. Then yeah, after the event, swung by, got it again, and it's just took minutes. I mean, so when you came out of York Hall, you could see people's confiscated items. You could pick them up again. Don't know if there was actually you had to prove it was your item or not, but that looked a bit more of a faff than just going to the corner shop and heading off. So I do recommend if you're going to York Hall in the future to check out storage lockers, local shops that will take your bags for you, and then you can just whiz through security and get into your seat. Another complaint I'd seen about York Hall in the past was that the queues for the bar can be massive. And when we got in there at first, it was such a hot day. It was so hot in the queue, and that queue at the bar was very long. They did open up a second bar, or maybe a second till at it, so it did start going down quickly. And throughout the show, you can see small queues, but definitely at the start there was a massive queue there. And there was no interval at the show as well. But from the bar, it looked like you could turn around and see the action still going on well, so you weren't missing out anything being in the queue, which was really good. Now, I would not have survived this event without my trusty neck fan, and I'd forgotten to take it to Weymouth, and that was really hot as well. But I have remembered my neck fan this time, and I usually use it when I'm playing PSVR 2 games to help aid the motion sickness. But yes, neck fan, really recommended for that trip. So on to Summer Sizzler itself, and I thought it was a really enjoyable show. It kicked off with a really moving tribute match to James Castle, and the women's match, there was just so much heat. Now I know it was a hot day and it was hot inside the venue, but the crowd well into the women's championship match, and then the after-match promo building up to the Rev Pro anniversary show as well. And I was like, oh, I don't know, you usually see that a lot of British wrestling events, people getting into the women's matches and the women's storylines. So obviously they've done a great job building that one up. There was a scary moment in Ricky Knight Jr.'s match where he took a nasty knock to the head and seemingly got KO'd and wasn't able to kick out. And if, being in the front row, being quite near that and seeing that, you could tell straight away, oh dear, that did not go right. There's something wrong there. He is not doing well. So it was great to see him making it back a few weeks later for the anniversary show, and he's back up to full fitness. So going again back to the heat, a lot of the American imports were coming on to the microphone to complain, and also on social media as well, to complain about the lack of air conditioning in London in general and just how hot it was in that venue itself. I don't think they were prepared to wrestle in that sort of heat, and maybe not used to it for being in America. And as well as complaints about the heat, we also had this sort of strange promo from Dijak about how much he loves and respects Shawn Michaels. Something must have happened in socials for that, but yeah, people seem to turn on him for this because it just seemed so corny. And yeah, I don't think he really made up for it at the anniversary show either, but we'll cover that in another video. And on to the main attraction itself, the main event, MJF versus Michael Oku. And despite it being such a hot day, and despite it being quite a long card as well, people were still well up for this. It had a major big fight feel. People were chanting away and making so much noise. And if you want to check out the entrances, I've also got a video of that on the channel as well, and also the post-match shenanigans as well, all captured in glorious 4K 60 FPS. The crowd kept loud throughout the match and right to the end when Ospreay made his surprise appearance. And I could not recommend enough checking out a show at York Hall. I was ringside, but no, you don't need to go for that. You can sit up in the balconies, you can sit anywhere in there. It's just a nice, intimate venue. You can make loads of noise there. But yeah, maybe pack a neck fan if it's a hot one. So once it came to the end, I quickly got out the venue, picked up my bag from the taxi office, and then it was on to Victoria Coach Station to get some really cold drinks to cool me down, and then wait for the coach. Now this is where things went a little bit wrong because the coach was delayed, but there was a real lack of communications at the coach station and on the website. It kept on saying things were on time in the apps and at the departure boards, and it came to like 10 o'clock when the coach was due, and it just flashed up delayed, and then someone said that the driver has to take the mandated legal break. No issues at all with drivers taking the breaks, but I just wish there was some better communication from the company, and they did ask for feedback after the trip, and I included that. But the coach back was comfortable enough, and we finally got back to Bournemouth. So to conclude, Summer Sizzler was a fantastic event. It was really hot, and National Express will get you from A to B, but just be prepared for delays and maybe some bad communications. It was really fun to watch Dynamite a few days later, as they had a report about the event, and I got to see myself on Dynamite standing in the front row at the show, which was really fun. And speaking of Dynamite, my next trip report will be my trip to Cardiff to check out AEW Dynamite and Collision, and then we'll follow up with some action from Wembley with the Rev Pro anniversary show, the AEW Copper Box event, the Nigel McGuinness Magic Show, and of course All In. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back soon.